The battlefield smelled of iron and dust. Zira staggered backward, her breathing ragged, the haft of her broken spear clutched in trembling claws. All around her, the hunters of the Kroll pack closed in, dozens of them, their curved blades glinting under the pale twin suns. She had fought valiantly, cutting down many, but her weapon had splintered on their captain's shield, leaving her with only a jagged shaft of wood. Her crimson crest drooped as the ring tightened. She was the last of her squad. The signal beacon was smashed. There would be no reinforcements. "So ends the daughter of Zaylan," the Kroll captain hissed, raising his glaive. "Your world falls, your kin scatter, and now—" A shadow cut across the dust. The air split with a deafening roar. Something, no someone, fell from the sky. The impact cracked the ground, throwing Kroll warriors off their feet. Zira shielded her eyes as grit and wind blasted across the battlefield. When the dust cleared, she saw a figure rise from the crater. Tall, two-limbed, scarred, wrapped in battered armor painted the color of storms. A human. He rolled his shoulders, flexing fingers around a crude metal baton and a jagged blade that looked more like a torn-off engine strut than a weapon. His helmet's visor flickered, revealing a pair of sharp, very alive eyes. "Mind if I join the fight?" he said. The Kroll captain snarled. "Kill the mammal!" They surged forward, but the human moved first. He was fast, too fast for something so heavy. The first Kroll swung. The human ducked under the blade, slammed the baton into the alien's throat, and kicked another in the knee hard enough to snap bone. His blade sang, crude but deadly, carving a line through armor and scale. Zira stared, frozen. The human fought like a storm given shape, wild, unrelenting, but precise in his chaos. Where her warriors had fallen in neat formations, this one wove a brutal dance, using the Kroll's momentum against them, turning their encirclement into a trap for themselves. "On your feet, warrior!" he barked, catching her stunned gaze. "You're not dead yet, are you?" Something in his tone, half challenge, half command, ignited the embers in her chest. She gripped the splintered spear, bared her fangs, and leapt back into the fray. They fought back to back. Zira jabbed with the broken shaft, disarming one foe. The human swung his baton, breaking a skull with a sound like shattering stone. Blood slicked the dust. The Kroll hesitated now. These two were outnumbered, outmatched on paper, yet the ground was littered with their dead. What are you?" she panted, blocking a strike. "Human," he grunted, ramming his shoulder into an enemy's chest. "Name's Kane," she hissed as a blade grazed her side. "You're insane!" "Probably," he said, almost cheerfully, as he threw a Kroll into three others. The tide turned with every heartbeat. The Kroll captain, seeing his warriors fall, roared in frustration and charged. His glaive swept in a deadly arc, knocking Zira sprawling. Kane caught the strike on his baton, the impact jarring his arms. "Go!" Zira cried. "Save yourself!" Kane just spat blood, grinned, and said, "Not my style." He twisted, using the captain's own momentum to drive the jagged blade between the Kroll's plated ribs. The alien choked, collapsed, and did not rise again. The remaining warriors broke. Without their leader, their courage scattered like ash and wind. They fled into the rocks, hissing oaths they no longer believed. The battlefield was silent once more. Zira sat among the wreckage, staring at the human who had fallen from the sky. His armor was scorched, his breath ragged, and yet he crouched beside her, offering a gloved hand. "You hurt?" he asked. She blinked at him. "Why did you come? My people are not yours. My war is not yours." Kane shrugged. "Heard your beacon before it went dead. Figured someone should answer it." A thin smile. "Didn't expect to drop in right on time, though." She grasped his hand, feeling the strange warmth beneath the gauntlet. "You risked your life for me," he said, hauling her to her feet. "Would have been boring otherwise." Later, when the relief forces arrived and found the two of them standing amid the fallen, the tale spread like wildfire across the sector. The alien warrior who had fought to her last breath. The human who fell from the sky and laughed in the face of certain death. And the question that echoed long after the dust settled, were humans brave, or simply insane? Zira never forgot that moment. The ring of enemies closing in, the splintered spear in her hands, the hopelessness in her chest, shattered by a single figure dropping from the heavens with a grin and a weapon made from scrap. Sometimes, she thought, the galaxy misunderstood humans. They were not fearless because they lacked fear. They were fearless because they fought in spite of it. And that made them far more dangerous than anyone had guessed.